What's some mighty good word, party folk? I'm your Mile High Priest, still chilling up here on Mercury's Day. It's March 19th, Wednesday. We are at the top of the Jupiter hour, soon to enter the Mars hour once again. It is still Mercury's Day where I'm at. I got a chance to dig into more of the vibration that's kind of set in motion with the Venus descent into the underworld. Today is a conjunction, or close, I was going to say a really close conjunction. So today marks that Cazimi point, Neptune Cazimi the Sun, which just means they are conjunct, or from our perspective, our vantage point, it seems like they're right next to each other, if not, flying right by each other, flying too close to the sun. But naturally, you can take away a lot, especially about your dreams, or maybe you can have many visions, and that could pertain to you in so many different ways. You could be naturally inclined as a psychic, or naturally inclined to follow intuitive hits, and so, or maybe this is practice. Maybe this is when all the downloads hit and you're like, well, I've never actually felt like the need to sit down and take a nap. You wake up and it's like a eureka moment, or you sit down and you do what we've been kind of asking you to do, which is breathe and meditate in the most natural essence of meditation. Just sit and breathe naturally. Allow thoughts to come and go, and don't attempt to hold on to anything. And maybe you are naturally in a river, in a flow, and the current flows, or maybe that's what's actually happening. Is the tower moment is the from the root to the crown activation. Many activations. Maybe this is more Kundalini rising, feeling the earth's vibration, the voltage. Your voltage rises, your voltage increases in immensity, in intensity. The times are marked by intensity. The moon is currently now in Libra, on its way to where is it? The last quarter moon in Capricorn, before we hit the new moon solar eclipse in Aries. Okay, marking the close of the North Node in Aries and South Node in Libra. And we are in the midst of the North Node in Pisces and South Node in Virgo karmic shifts. Venus retrograde in Aries. During its descent, it's below the horizon, near all those magical, points and stars, and digging for raw truth, and more so how you will culminate you, the new you. It's all very inspiring. The Neptune Cazimi is very dreamy. It can be intensely psychic. Once again, it could be an activation of many sorts, from the root to the crown. You could feel out of sorts. You could feel the allergies. I feel like the winds are stirred in Denver, and they're like intense. They've been, yesterday I was in, like, things fell, noises, rattling the roof. And then I wake up and I have the worst allergy reaction, and it's fine. I'm okay, but I'm being asked to read for you because you're having that Phoenix moment. Many karmic shifts, the need to apply acceptance. Maybe you're not at self-forgiveness yet. This isn't about forgiving what they did, the actions taken against you or on you, upon you. It is about self-forgiveness. How much time have you spent ruminating? How much of your time have you dedicated to committing to the lesson? And now commit to the lesson and commit to application of what you learned, which is wisdom. So spiritual wisdom really hitting, spiritual wisdom really activated, doing it for you, looking at others maybe crazy, or maybe you taking a step back and allowing others to perform their crazy. And then you see clearly what you need to get away from, or what you need to move away from, towards gain, towards your wealth, towards working for you, working on you, working for the better or worse for you, right? We have the Magician, so it's like you have come to that faithful leap, or you want to. Do you feel smothering, a lot of encroaching, like spiritual monitoring spirits, God knocking at the door? This is what I was talking to my friend about. Or just getting in the time of the retrograde, the Mercury retrograde, you do get the truth, reading between the lines, or maybe you are reading too much between the lines or reading too much into things. These are very general vibrations, so take what resonates, but it could be that in some cases you are reading too much into it. I'm sorry, my heater, I turned it off for a minute. Did I tell you my allergies are active? Also, maybe having to read between the lines in some instances, like learning about that or learning about being more clear. For me, yes, it's about being more clear, more honest, and more so with myself and taking my time. Yeah, thank you so much. I have here the Thoth Tarot. We have the Tower from the Wild Unknown and the Phoenix from the Wild Unknown, Animal Spirit. We just had a field day with the Wild Unknown Alchemy, the Wild Unknown Archetypes, and the Animal Spirit and the Tarot. So we're following up on that Tower moment, which could just be many Kundalini activations later. Kundalini rising, continually rising. The Earth's voltage, Earth's vibration, Earth's frequency, Earth's voltage intensifies, increases. Rising. Okay, I have the Thoth Tarot. So, situation, what are you looking forward to? Because you have the Magician and the Wheel of Fortune, so naturally allowing this divine time to pass. Some of it is out of our hands, and we are being asked to recognize karma. Either the debts we've paid, do we feel like we must continue to pay those debts? What's it going to take to reroute and redirect and realign? What's it going to take to help you realize that you're out of that payment system? Like the last payment you've done the last payment, or this is the last time that you have to do anything like that, or this is a time to honor that and honor that you had to split things up, or that you've been splitting, like compartmentalizing, you've been fracturing the self, and now the many masks you wear are laid out on the table, or the many responses you gave, the many things you said, a lot of looking back, and more so being asked by God, by the universe. That God knocks at your door, the universe is calling, God is calling, God calls. Will you receive the call? And God's going to ask you to stop ruminating. It's not about coming to forgiveness for what they did, for their trespasses against you, what the actions they took against you, what they performed against you, what they acted upon you. Now it's time to forgive yourself for the time spent. Okay, if you feel that is time wasted, it's more like the effort. Where can you pour effort into? And maybe in speaking wisely to yourself and allowing wisdom to be your transcendental, your activating, your acceptance point. That can be the fire that sends a shock from the root to the crown, and allows you to be released from the shackles, and allows you to make a clear, decisive decision to move forward and to take action, start taking action. Perhaps you felt that you were not allowed to take action, right? What's good, party folk? I feel like this is too bright. The camera is bright on me, or the focus. Hello. My allergies are really intense today too. Did I say that? So yes, you are in the liminal space. So a time to have faith. Maybe that's what I meant to say. You are in a liminal faith, moving from faithless to faithful, and honoring fate. Okay, this is a destiny point, a time in its divine timing. So must apply unconditional love, unconditionally loving, unconditional love. Well, as we approach the last quarter moon in Capricorn, I want to dig into what is being illuminated in your, the wealth. It's almost like speaking it into existence or receiving the message, allowing action to take over in a way, the inspiration, feeling it. Do you feel it? Princess of Cups situation is self-forgiveness, forgiveness, apologies. Who wants an apology? Who has an apology? Is it that you're expecting an apology from someone? That could be the block, emotional block. Or is it an emotional release that you may want to take part in, right? Like, there was something about crying. There have been a lot of messages about crying. You have Temperance art 14 as what crosses. So the challenge is being open, honest, flowing, emotionally vulnerable, and then also allowing this to pass steam, letting out the steam, or also honoring the lesson, really. Being guided. This is spiritual. Or Temperance is also giving me like, this is a lot about how you take action and being ready, being right, and knowing when. Waiting for the right moment. Wow, we have a Scorpio, Prince of Cups. So Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, heavily Scorpio here. The neighbors. This is I'll just my lamps turn on. We are in the Mars hour now. As Aldous or Crowley. I'm sorry, Crowley. I was gonna say Huxley. I don't know why. Very scientific of you. The eagle. Okay, where are you in your transformation? The eagle, the Scorpio, or the snake. This is the year of the snake, the year of your transformation, but also, like, going with it, going deeper. And that's what the last message was about. If you're in the river, going deeper. And then Princess of Cups, Prince of Cups, are you trying to come together in a loving vibration? Maybe now you're in a self-loving frequency, generating a lot of self-love, self-forgiveness. It's going to take self-forgiveness. It's more about forgiving yourself, coming out of the murky waters, or the tortoise. So the being protective in grace and humility. Maybe this was a lot about your feminine spirit, and now it's about your masculine spirit. Maybe it was about addressing more inner child versus immaturity. What did you learn in your phase of really just letting loose, and more like, I mean, not that, I don't mean that, I just mean like allowing your emotions to be the way of you, like to be spontaneous in your, how you feel, and now being more the master, or that being the origin, is coming to masculine that is, even in your femininity, your masculinity is emotionally stable, grounded, maybe coming from a lot of release or a lot of emotionality or emotional behavior. Now it's emotional intelligence. So the acute, astute promise is intelligence in the emotional realm, emotional voltage, vibration, increasing, being clear, being led by spirit, and taking ownership of your feelings. And is it that you need to let it out, or do you need to stop letting it out? I don't know. Do you need to tease that one out? Like, too much over here, not enough over here, too much overreaction, not enough action, too much reaction, not enough non-action. Sorrow, Three of Swords. Isn't that the first? We already had this card, Sorrow. Wow, there's a lot of wanting to go back. It is a retrograde season after all, and it is nonetheless Venus retrograde alongside Mercury retrograde, both retrograde in Aries. Yay. Venus retrograde in Aries will also venture into Pisces, so will Mercury retrograde in Aries. It will venture into Pisces, so maybe going back, wanting to go back because there's something you missed. You missed their love, or you missed the way they treated you, or you missed the way they smothered you, or you missed their mothery energy. Okay, we need to fix all that, right? Maybe that's what you're thinking. Like, I can't go back I can't go back while I'm in the mess. You can't go back while you're in the mess. You got to go back after you address the mess. Yes, Scorpio King has to rise from the swamps, right? These are the swampy depths. Okay. These are the swampy depths that were created, that you created. Either you landed there, you took yourself there, you slowly arrived in the deep, deep, deep sorrowful sea. Okay. Is someone sorry they hurt you? But now it's going to take more than that. It's going to take self-forgiveness. Are you sorry you hurt someone? Maybe they have illuminated. Maybe what you're realizing is you're being illuminated to where you were impatient and where this was about perseverance or taking ownership of yourself. It was something you wanted. It was something you were guided to spiritually. I don't know why. Like, did you manifest this? We are talking a lot about magician, and then we have the Wheel of Fortune. Like, time goes on, time passes by, and the Lord God, the universe is like, well, what were you doing? You wanted this, but you were acting slow about it, or you were going slow about it, or you weren't tending to it. You were more having fun. So sometimes, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, you were having fun. And especially water signs, they don't want me to say that. I also am a water sign, so what do you think? Like, that I'm not having fun? I guess a lot of people think that I didn't choose to be an introvert, but maybe I kind of like being an introvert, but that doesn't keep me from having fun. Maybe I've had too much fun in my life that now I'm like, F off, people. My fun is the type that is more here, right? This is where we want you to be, in the zone of temperance. Is it a grown-up type of fun, or is it allowing inner child to come out and play, or perhaps in you tending to that inner child, you learn a little bit more about your commitment styles and your attachment styles and your forgiveness styles and your emotional styles and your emotional behavior. And now, is it difficult to address such things? And maybe it's a lot about not feeling guilty, or who is someone making you feel guilty? If so, what's with that? Check that. Must apply appropriate resources or receive appropriate support or ask for appropriate support to stabilize and to come to wonder, to question, to put boundaries up against or between you and those. So are you working against? Are they working against you? Do you need to separate from those that guilt trip you? Or is it you? Do you feel guilty for what you did? Sorrow. It's about doing it differently. Perseverance. Honoring the gift from this lesson, this experience. It was deep. It was love. It hurt. Maybe you didn't know that it would hurt because you were very scorpionic, very secretive, going through your own transformations and not, oh yeah, this is very family wounds. I'll tell you, one of the things is like my parents don't like to, they never like to talk about the truth. This is giving this Prince of Cups. What is the truth? Scorpio, what is the truth? The truth is out there. Da-na-na-na-na-na. Yeah, what's good? The truth is out there. Over time, in due time, exposure, expose, truth. I'm healing. Y'all, I don't know. Suddenly my tongue, my voice wants to do its own words, wants to come up. In due time, limitless. City limits. Wow, the Tower, Six of Cups. Okay, either letting go of nostalgia, innocence. It was innocence. It was It was in the naive actions you took, they took. Take what resonates. Did I say thank you very much for being here? I honor you. Our path. I've already been channeling, and I ask for protection as I receive more messages for you. Thank you so much. I like that the camera autofocuses. Well, I just meant like I like it, as I'm like asking my guides for protection to receive messages for you, for your exalted evolution through spaces and times, all of them. Like the freaking camera like wants to. Okay, instigator, devil, the star. I just want to know past, present, future, where you stand now in your power, what surrounds you, and then what's in your blind spot and the outcome. I mean, we do have the same card that came up on the first Venus's descent. This is more personal, I guess. Ay. Okay, past, present. Okay, past. Either you felt smothered or this was a creative project. Here's the Prince of Cups. This is the Pisces, okay. Then the Capricorn, Sagittarius. So it seems like, what, did you take a leap of faith not against this, but just not for this? We have Princess of Cups, Prince of Cups, and Prince of Cups. So we have like the King of Cups vibration, we have the Knight of Cups vibration, and then we have the Queen of, or not the Queen, the Princess of Cups. We have the Queen of Dis. So someone, a friend, it was too smothering, or your mother didn't want it, or mother wounds kept you from it. Introspection, Pisces, masculine, a lot of masculine energy here, and then suddenly like a motherly, Queen of Pentacles energy here. You didn't want to do this again, or you moved on from it. In the present, the Empress. Okay, in your power. Wow, curiosity. What are you wondering about? How to say it? The Empress in the future. This is love, Venus in Libra, Venus in Taurus. Sometime soon we'll have Venus in Taurus, right? We'll have her back in her rulership in the sign that she rules lovingly. The Cougar, the Empress, having to transform on transformative love. Either way, it was transformative. Becoming clear about what you're gonna say, about what you're focused on. Focus shifts, right? Do you have short blonde hair too? Okay, you have short blonde hair, and you're creative or something like that. The sword, some like you know the truth. You have the truth, but not knowing how to say it or not knowing if it's worth saying it. I mean, next to the Empress, you stand in your power with curiosity. The Princess of Swords. So many. What's going on here? A lot of people have a lot to say about this. Maybe that's the problem, right? The Chariot is the responsibility around you. Someone coming towards you. You going towards them. Black and white coming to. Responsible action, okay, direction and willfully directed. God takes over. You've been black and white, changing your mind about what you go for, what you want to attain, and maybe now it becomes more or less about achievement, more about what are you fighting for. Do you fight for what fights for you? Well, fighting for what fights for you. Y'all, this is a free flow. Thank you so much for being here. Take what resonates. Thank you for the likes, for the comments. What's going on? What's up? Allergies, anyone? Valor. Okay, 7 of Wands next to the Chariot. What? Around you, you don't see this is worth the fight. This is you fighting for what you want. This is also accepting the grace and support of angels. Wow. Okay. Well, in your transformation, you can't do this alone. You at least have to call upon your spiritual guides of the highest, most brilliant light. Okay, for protection. Do you want this? You're fighting for this. You're gonna fight for this. You thought they were gonna fight for you. I don't know. You're wondering. Okay, because you're like, maybe you are the Queen of Discs. You were like, I'm making money. I don't need a relationship. And then this Pisces character is like, oh yeah, I gotta go meditate. I'm gonna go take a seat. Did you bench someone? Someone got benched. I don't know. Sports stuff, right? You're playing a game. You're like quit playing games with the Pisces heart. Because now you're over here like, wait, where did they go? Where did they, are they even in the neighborhood anymore? They might not be. I don't know. I can't tell you. That's not part of this message. But the Empress covers new grounds. I suppose there are new grounds to cover. New city limits. Bon voyage. Okay, yeah. Flights of fancy, flight through the air, knowing the words say 77, God in the way, God in the way, God is calling, answer the call, allow angels to fight the fight, the battle is lost, the war is not over, okay. Wow, 10 of Cups, harmony. Very cute. Mars and Leo. Wow, works. Instigation. Activation. Discovery. Investigation at work. Work investigation. Okay. Wow, yay. Deception. Oh my. The Tower, the Choice. And the Dreams. Princess of Cups. Princess of Cups is here twice. Dreams. Okay, don't be fooled by the rocks. Some of you was deceived. Some of you were deceived. Some of you deceived were deceiving in the actions, and now you see that you took. We started with the Lover's card in that first reading. What was that reading about? I know I talked a lot about myself. Oh my God, how annoying. The Lover's card appears once again. The Empress is here. Breaking out of hiding. You're hiding. It's like you can't hide from the right choice anymore. You're not going to hide from you were deceived. You feel deceived that you took on a deceptive action. You took deceptive action to this union, this like divine union, or like this divinely you were guided to it was part of your realization of you deceiving yourself. You deceived yourself in this, and you thought you made the right choice, but you went against the Empress. You went against someone you really felt love for, someone where there was a lot of opportunity, even for money. Maybe you chose, didn't we say you chose money, or over dreams, over this love dream of love, ends in sorrow, ends in self-deception. The Tower, that's the Tower next to self-deception. Is that the choice? Even though it is clear now, you've been deceived. Whether it was self-deception, you were deceived out of it. You deceived yourself. In the words of, what's his name? Khaled, you played yourself. Okay. They played themselves. Y'all, what's good? Mars hour is giving, right? What's good, Mars? What do you want us to know? Because when it hits Mars's hour and we're doing this Venus reading, it really gives us what the masculine did, right, to the feminine. No creation of space. Or is this what the feminine took the space away? The feminine was like, I gotta go fill this space with other things. Or the masculine was like, I ain't got no space for you here. No space for you. 10 of Cups. Okay. The end. For one of you, some of you, this could be yes, my favorite word, 10 of Cups. The two lives from separate sides of the track. This is like the east. What is a freaking Romeo and freaking Juliet star-crossed twin flame journey? Two masculine, also very like non-normative. Maybe it doesn't have to be that way. Maybe y'all are really attracted to each other. Maybe one of you was too concerned about how others would perceive you, which we've been talking a lot about perception, not trusting yourself, and not worrying about how others perceive you is main message from the 10 of Cups. Too worried about how you're going to look in the community, too worried about what the family says, too worried about what others have to say. Why is the Tower? Why is the 7 of Swords deception here? Why is the 7 of Swords deception? Cool. The Fool, 9 of Swords, and 2 of Wands. Okay. Because whoever you're dealing with, or at least this led you to figure out what you want and what you're taking a leap of faith towards, not against, no longer working against yourself, learning, applying wisdom and lessons through relationship, Mars and Gemini. And then honoring true spontaneity, honoring divine timing, honoring the shift, and going on about your own way, going on, taking the leap of faith for you, for your fateful fata destiny, your purpose, a more purposeful action. Happy Sun in Aries. We are at the final degrees of Pisces. Planning, reality, real, individual. Now you are on your own, so having to go from there. It seems like you in the independence, karma, through karma. Wow, knowing, the knowing. What's the Tower card? Either way, the lesson led you to independence, true independence. The Tower is putting down the burdens, merging, love, money. Okay, no longer juggling. The Tower is more so the realization that you can't juggle work and love like that. Like it, you didn't want to merge, you didn't want to balance. So you're realizing that, right? Like how to balance, how to bring together your workaholic spirit with your love of love, or your love of being in love, or your love of loving, your love of being in relationships, right? Scorpio. So, yeah, figuring out that how to, to me, figuring out with the Four of Cups, a Page of Pentacles vibration, it's like you like to learn. So like this was a part of like the learning. Wow, this message, I'd have to get really clear about it because it was very like love, love, love. I love you, you love me. We're a happy family. Okay. Seems like someone could not truly envision themselves working and being in love, or working for this love, or working through this. Seemed too much of a burden. So there's a walk away. There's a independence. The choice is independence. Not willing to merge. Too burdensome. Leap of faith to go on about your business. Okay, justice, karma. It's karma. Thank you so much for being here. I honor your karmic destined lesson here. Wow. A destined lesson in divine timing. A journey through flames and unions. Now come to you, child of the divine. Now forgive yourself for allowing others to commit trespasses against you. Allow self-forgiveness to flow on you, to allow you to flow out of karma, karmic debt, okay, to honor what is due to you in kindness, okay. Secure your karmic gift, paid in kind, okay. Karmic payment, now that you've paid your karmic debt. Yay. Okay. I honor you, your path. Thank you for being here. Thank you, as always, for commenting and for hanging out with me. Thank you to all the new subscribers and all subscribers that have been here. Welcome to all. And I will now play or ding the sacral and the root bowl. May this karmic journey be exalted. May it lead you to true love and wealth. Now that you're learning whether you can handle both, or whether you just want to work on one, right? It seems like they went to work on one and you are over here. You're going towards both. I'm down for that.